Log 0184. Continue transmission analysis. Topic: bread. Having deciphered humanity's strange attachment to this warm, inflated nutrient object, I now attempt to understand not just its origin, but its relentless evolution, and why humans never stopped complicating it. After several weeks of observing their culinary patterns, I have reached one conclusion. Humans will take anything simple, admire its simplicity, and immediately make it vastly more complicated. Bread began, of course, as stubborn grass seeds, tiny, hard, annoyingly shaped. These seeds were the kind of food nature invented as a joke, technically edible, practically useless, and capable of lodging themselves in any available crevice. Humans, however, were hungry, and hunger makes improbable ideas appear wise. They ate the seeds raw. They tasted like brittle dust, chalky remorse, and the emotional equivalent of losing a debate with a goat. But humans persisted because if something grew from the ground and didn't instantly kill them, they took that as encouragement. Eventually, they noticed that crushed seeds produced a pale powder, soft, light, incredibly messy. Humans adore messes that might lead to food, so they invented two stones, one flat, one movable, and ground seeds into flour. This represented remarkable innovation from a species whose previous technological masterpiece was stick, but pointier. Flour alone was bland, so humans attempted improvement the only way they knew how. They added water. They add water to everything: herbs, dirt, arguments, hope. Predictably, flour plus water created a sticky mass that clung to their hands, tools, hair, and dignity. They named it dough, declared it promising, and proceeded to poke it with scientific curiosity disguised as chaos. Then came the legendary accident. A bowl of dough was forgotten. When rediscovered, it had expanded, effervescent and alive, bubbling quietly like a creature preparing to commit tax evasion. Humans did not understand fermentation, but the dough smelled pleasant, which overrode their survival instincts entirely. If something smelled good, humans absolutely ate it. Thus began their long, fruitful alliance with invisible microorganisms whose motives remain unclear. To finalize this transformation, humans introduced fire, the other force they barely controlled but insisted on using constantly. They built dome-shaped ovens, heated them until glowing, removed the flames, shoved dough inside, and hoped the outcome was edible rather than catastrophic. Villages gathered to watch this dangerous ritual. Miraculously, the result was warm, fragrant, golden bread. Some humans cried. One traded a goat for a loaf. Early commerce was born, and the goat was never consulted. Bread expanded into an entire infrastructure: irrigation networks, granaries, communal ovens, mills powered by gravity, rivers, or unlucky donkeys. Civilization itself crystallized around the management of grass seeds and the desire to not starve during winter. This was humanity's first great project, transforming tiny, stubborn grains into something soft, aromatic, and emotionally supportive. Then came variation, because humans cannot leave anything alone. They made flatbreads, pitas, naan, tortillas, noodles, dumplings, pretzels, sweet loaves, seeded loaves, spiced loaves, loaves shaped like knots, coils, braids, suns, animals, geometries, and once, during a particularly experimental era, a loaf shaped like a middle-aged male hero holding a spear. Humans insist this was symbolic, unclear. The invention of sourdough represented peak optimism. This is bread, made by deliberately inviting invisible organisms to participate. It requires faith, patience, and a tolerance for bubbly jars that may or may not attempt escape. Yet humans loved it. They even traded starters across continents like diplomatic gifts or infectious pets. Bread became symbolic. Peace, welcome, union, celebration, seasons, harvests, gratitude, betrayal. In some cultures, if bread fell to the floor, it required apologies. In others, if bread appeared misshapen, the baker blamed spirits, humidity, or the nearest relative. Bread evolved into a social technology as much as a food. But humans are restless, and nothing satisfies them for more than 7 consecutive minutes. They soon sought efficiency. Watermills replaced hand grinding. Windmills replaced rivers. Industrial machinery replaced almost everything else, including most of the romance. They bleached flour until it resembled edible snow. They removed the bran and germ, the nutritious parts, because they preferred the aesthetic of white powder. When populations weakened, humans responded by adding nutrients back artificially. This became a pattern. Break it first, fix it loudly, deny responsibility. Then came commercial yeast, an organism bred for speed and convenience, inflating dough so quickly it practically rose out of spite. Long fermentation was abandoned because it took hours, and humans deploy patience only during movie trailers and slow Wi-Fi. To extend shelf life, they added conditioners, preservatives, stabilizers, emulsifiers, softeners, and substances whose names read like chemical dares. Bread became soft, uniform, and disturbingly immortal. Some loaves lasted weeks without aging, rotting, or reacting to the passage of time. Humans accepted this calmly, revealing a flexible interpretation of the word fresh. This era birthed sandwich bread, perfectly square, soft, uniform, structurally questionable. They engineered loaves that fit in standardized metal pans, so slices could be used like edible building materials for lunches, snacks, arguments, and emotional support during workplace meetings. Bread stopped being central and became a platform, an edible clipboard for peanut butter, cheese, lettuce, ham, eggs, jelly, or existential fatigue. Eventually, humanity rediscovered flavor. This triggered the Artisanal Revival. Small groups resurrected ancient techniques involving long fermentation, natural leavening, and the thrill of waiting days for dough that might fail anyway. They nurtured sourdough starters like biological house pets, naming them, photographing them, and mourning them when they expired dramatically in a warm kitchen. They argued passionately online about hydration percentages, crust thickness, scoring angles, flour provenance, and whether steam should be introduced instantly, gradually, or emotionally. They acquired cast iron, baking stones, thermometers, and ovens that beeped in the tone of wounded birds. Artisan bread returned complexity. Crispy, aromatic, irregular, often fantastic, often expensive enough to destabilize a household budget. Many humans justified the price by saying phrases like craft, tradition, and the baker whispered to the dough. Meanwhile, industrial bread continued its reign. Soft, cheap, uniform, disturbingly ageless. The two bread worlds coexisted peacefully, yet awkwardly, like estranged siblings forced to attend the same family reunion. This produced the modern paradox. Humans want bread that tastes ancient, costs nothing, lasts forever, and appears instantly. They have not achieved this combination, but they continue trying as they do with immortality, functional governments, and healthy work-life balance. Alongside these contradictions, bread continued to shape identity. Different regions developed unique styles that somehow became personality traits. Some humans insist their entire cultural essence is contained within a specific role: biscuit, flatbread, or holiday loaf. Others claim superiority based solely on their preferred crumb structure. This is normal human behavior. Bread also became political at times, taxed, forbidden, subsidized, rationed, or weaponized. In several historic instances, the price of bread contributed to the downfall of governments. This is impressive for something that begins as grass. And through all of it, ancient, medieval, industrial, modern, and whatever era humans currently believe they occupy, bread remained constant. Empires rose, fell, reorganized, fell again, argued about taxes, changed calendars, and invented new problems. Yet humans still woke up and made bread, or bought it, or loudly complained about it. Bread is not merely food. It is humanity's longest-running experiment with transformation, taking stubborn grasses and turning them into comfort, community, ritual, economy, identity, and joy. It contains their contradictions, their optimism, their impatience, their creativity, and their hunger, literal and existential. End of analysis. Bread understood.